Hello friends, and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. Okay, I want to start by telling you how sorry I am for ghosting you guys last weekend. I had so many messages of concern, and I want you to know I'm totally fine. Everyone's fine. I think people were concerned because usually when I'm going to be gone, I give you a heads up. The thing is I didn't realize I was not going to be able to make videos last weekend. This is what happened. My brother came for his annual visit along with his family. So that's my brother, my sister-in-law. I have 2 nieces and 2 nephews. So they were all here visiting last week, and I still managed to squeeze in a little bit of work time here and there to fill orders. So I didn't get behind on orders, but I just ran out of time for making videos. So I wasn't planning on not making videos last week. It just happened when I ran out of time. So just know I'm good. I'm actually more than good. I had so much fun with my family last week. We did something fun and exciting every single day, and I'm just so grateful that I got that time with them. And I'm so grateful that Logan got that time with them as well. He's the youngest cousin, but my 2 nephews, so his 2 boy cousins, they're only like a year, maybe a year and a half older than him. So they're very close in age, and they hung out all the time. And it was so nice having our own place this year. We usually all stay at my mom's house, because there were times where the boys just came over here and spent some time with Logan over here, and they hung out in his room and I think they mostly played games, but but they hung out. They got to hang out together a lot. Okay, anywho, let's talk about budgeting. So I honestly thought I would have a job secured by this point. So if you're new to the channel, I am divorced. I'm a single mom, and I recently moved from Iowa to Michigan to be closer to my parents. I'm a retired teacher. I have a YouTube channel and an Etsy shop. And last year, so I retired from teaching in 2021, so about 4 years ago. And last year I went back to work for the first time since retiring from teaching. And when I say retired, I actually resigned from teaching because I'm not receiving retirement yet. I won't receive retirement. I think the earliest I can get it is at 55, and that's still quite a few years off for me. But after 20 years of teaching, I left teaching to do something else. Anyways, So last year I went back to work for the first time. I worked at the local high school. I loved my job there. It was so much fun. I was a suspension monitor, and what that means is I got to work with the high school students that were suspended from school, and I got to help keep them on track academically, because statistically those students are the ones who also don't graduate, the ones who get suspended. So the goal is to keep them on track academically and hopefully help them graduate. Anyways, I loved my job, but after my divorce, I just wanted to be closer to my family, my parents. So we moved here to be closer to my family. Plus, I just absolutely love it here. I now live in Ludington, Michigan. It's a little vacation town. I absolutely love it here. It's heaven on earth. It's just amazing. So I really thought I would have a job secured with the school district, was what I was thinking by this point. And I don't yet. So I'm still in communication with the school district, and there's still some possibilities of things I could do with them next year. But because of that, where was I going with all this? Oh, because of that, I'm going to have to make some extreme changes to my budget. And if I had known ahead of time, hindsight's 2020. And you guys, a lot of you warned me about spending my savings. But if I had known ahead of time, I probably would have done this a couple months ago, because I've been here for a couple months now. I probably should have done this from the beginning. Instead of trying to live like the life I wanted to live, I probably should have buckled down a little bit more a couple months ago. But at least I'm doing it now. So we're going to do a bare bones budget. And I actually, when I was deciding on what to cut out of my budget for this month, I saw that there's even more room for things to cut out. So next month, if need be, if I need to continue to cut these items out, I will cut them out and maybe even add more things to cut out. But I'm excited. I'm always excited by a budgeting challenge. I don't know why. It just makes me, I don't know, it keeps things interesting. when I have a challenge, it keeps things interesting. So I'm excited to try this bare bones budget. I'm gonna try to make the best of it. Unfortunately, I'm deciding like halfway through the month to do this, so I've already spent some money, like in entertainment, for example. Ideally, I would completely cut out entertainment, but I've already spent money on entertainment this month, so my budget's going to be what I've already spent. I'm not going to spend any more. And then next month, if I do another bare bones budget, I'll cut out entertainment completely. Okay, well, let's just jump in so I can just show you everything, okay? That's probably the best way to do it. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, I'm going to start today by decorating my budget workbook here. The pattern I'm using today is the August 225 pattern. And I believe, and if you're a Patreon, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the pattern I sent to my Patreons this month. So every month, I have a monthly subscription plan for Patreons where they can receive either the Budget Mom, Budget by Paycheck full-size pack, the complete pack, with everything, the 4-week pack, all the add-ons, and have free shipping at a discounted price, and then they get it every month. The only thing is I pick the pattern each month. They don't get to pick the pattern, and I always try to pick my favorite, and I can't remember now if this one was my favorite or if the apples were my favorite, because today when I was deciding what I wanted, I was like really torn between the apples and this one, but I think this is the one I sent to my patrons. So if you're a patron, let me know in the description box below. Did I send you this one or did I send you the apples? Okay, anywho, this is the August 225 pattern, and I have the 4-week pack here, which includes the monthly spread, which is date dots, headers. You can have a Monday start or a Sunday start, and then the sidebar that goes here as well, and then some little extra payday stickers there. It also comes with thick washi that goes at the bottom of the monthly spread. You get 4, because this is the 4-week pack, so you get 4 budget headers, 4 cash envelope headers, 4 expense trackers. The 4-week pack currently also comes with the meal plan kit. I'm thinking, I have an idea. I'm going to throw this out to you guys. I'm thinking next year, I personally never use that meal plan kit. And I know, that's why I didn't even print it off today. And I know a lot of you don't. And I was thinking if I take it out of the 4-week pack and make it an add-on instead, I can make the 4-week packs cheaper. So what do you guys think? Should I take the meal plan kit out of the 4-week pack and make the 4-week pack cheaper next year? I think I should do that, but you guys let me know. But there are some add-ons that I do like to use. So first of all, this is my favorite add-on. It is the weekly check-in, and I'm going to use it. There's a blank page at the end of the month, well, a lined page. That's where I'm going to be using it, and it's a very useful tool for me. So definitely going to be using that today. I might also use, I went ahead and printed these off. These are the extra expense trackers if you need extra expense trackers, because she does have 6 pages for expense tracking, and when you get the 4-week pack, you only get 4 weeks worth. So there's 2 more if you wanted to fill all 6 pages. I also have this, which is called the 5th week add-on, because some months have a 5th week, and then you need an extra expense tracker, cash envelope header, and budget header. Even when I don't use them, I tend to go ahead and print them off and use them, and use them to decorate my book, just so that every page has a sticker on it, but totally not necessary. And then finally, the end of the month kit has the debt payment plan header, the monthly net worth tracker, and then the where did my money go monthly budget category breakdown. I actually personally only use this page at the end of the month, but the end of the month kit comes with all 3. So anywho, those are the stickers I'm laying down today. I'm gonna go ahead and get those all spread out, and then I will come back to you and we'll go over all the details of my new budget together. I do like to do this part to music, so I'm going to speed this up and play some music, but before that, I wanted to tell you, there's something I wanted to tell you. Funny, I take 1 week off and I feel like I forget everything. Oh yes, the other thing I wanted to tell you, I just wanted to tell you about the Etsy shop. So if you like these stickers and you would like to order them, my Etsy shop is called Life in Envelopes. I do have a link to my Etsy shop in the description box below. And I also have a discount code for all of my YouTube viewers, and that is YouTube15. So if you'd like to save 15% on your order, you can use that discount code anytime. That's good all the time. I do also usually have, like on all the major holidays, I usually run a sale for 20% off. So if you'd like to save 20% off, you can wait for one of those holidays to come around. So starting in September with the stickers, I changed this main header to Sunday start, and then the one that you can change is a Monday start. So that starts in September. The September patterns, which are already out. Those are currently out. Okay, I'm feeling extra chatty and I feel like I have a lot to tell you, but let's just go ahead and do the rest of this to music, and then we'll come back and talk about everything else.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, oh, I can't believe you love me. Oh, oh, I just feel so lucky. Oh, still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends, this being more than friends, yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day, yeah. So hold me tight.
Okay, let's do a quick flip through. So here's my monthly spread. I do have monthly titles if you want to put a monthly title there. I do have several options on my in my Etsy shop. I also do budget category, like key over here. And we're gonna go in and fill in the first 2 weeks in just a moment here. We're gonna go over where I spent all of my money. I decided to include these first 2 days of the month with this first week. So they're gonna be part of week 1 instead of doing a 5-week month. Also, this was one of those strange months where we actually used every row. That only happens a handful of times a year. So I did have to shorten this, but if you were watching, I just put a ruler there and ripped it off. It's pretty easy. My stickers are also removable or repositionable. So if you get them in the wrong place, you can peel them up and move them to a new spot. So here's my budget and cash envelope headers. And then again, you get 4 of these with the 4-week pack. And then I have that 5th week add-on. Well, I wanted to show you this. I didn't do the 5th week add-on, which is so cute. I love this black and white check, but I didn't do it because the cut file was wrong. Every once in a while, I'll send out stickers that are defective like this. I'm horrified anytime this ever happens. I like triple check my stickers. I promise I do before I send them out, but sometimes things get by me and like, see, look at this. That's totally off. So anyways, I just wanted to show you this to you as an example. If you ever get a messed up sheet, please let me know. I will immediately send you a new sheet that's correct. I just don't want it to ever happen to anybody. Okay, and then I have my 4 expense trackers that came with the 4-week kit, and then my 2 extra ones that were add-ons. As far as expense trackers go, I know the Budget Mom, she just starts at the beginning and like fills in the whole page and then goes to the next page. I personally like to use them week to week, so I do 1 expense tracker per week. Okay, and then we have the debt payment plan, the monthly net worth tracker, and then the where did my money go monthly budget category breakdown, and then here's where the meal plan goes. It's part of the 4-week budget pack, but like I said, I never use it, so I've just recently stopped printing it out and laying it down because it's just a waste of my time if I'm not going to use it. And then here's my favorite page, the weekly check-in page. Okay, let's set up the budget, and then let's do a weekly check-in for the first 2 weeks of this month. Okay, so starting with my budget page. So this is for the month of August, so I'm just going to write August in here. And then as far as my inflow goes, I have my side hustle income, which is Etsy, YouTube, and Patreon. And then if I end up needing more than that, then I do have some savings that I can dip into. But I'm going to kind of change the way I'm doing this. I'm going to put the total I need for my budget here in my Etsy, YouTube, and Patreon. I'm going to need a total of $2,719 this month. Now, if I end up not making that much, then I will have to dip into my savings. But I want to try to get to a point where I'm not using savings anymore, and then I'm just bringing in enough income. So I'm going to budget for $0, and we'll see what actually happens at the end of the month when we come back to close out the budget at the end of the month. This is a very unique time in my life because my budget is my income is completely variable at this point. I have no steady, guaranteed income, so things are just different right now. Okay, so moving on to fixed expenses. I have rent and internet, and my budget for that is $11.30. I also have water and trash, and my budget for that is $65 a month. Next is electricity, and my budget for that is $54. Then I have gas for my house, and my budget for that is $40. Next, I have my car lease, and my total there is $347. Then I have State Farm for insurance for my car, and that is $147. Then I have cell phones. I have 2 cell phones, so this total here, so it's $111. One of them I'm paying off as part of this, so part of this payment goes to paying off one of those phones, and then the other part goes to paying off the the monthly plan. But altogether, it's just one bill for $111. Okay, and then I have Sirius XM, and that's $5 a month. Now I'm doing this bare bones budget, but I didn't cut that out because this is a special rate that I got for this first year of using it, and I was afraid if I cut it off and then I wanted to restart it next month, I'd have to pay the normal rate. I wouldn't get that special rate anymore. So I'm leaving that for now. Now next month, if things get even tougher, then I will be cutting that out. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and write this down, but I've canceled it this month. This is Netflix. I've canceled it, but I'm leaving it in my budget because it is an item I would like to bring back if I'm able to have more income in the future. So I'm going to leave it in my budget, but it's currently $0. Another thing that is currently $0 is homeschool, and that's actually $0 because he's still on vacation. My son, who lives with me, my youngest son lives with me. He is homeschooled, and we do an online homeschool program that I pay for, and I don't have to pay for it in the summer. It will start again in September. So I will need to bring that back in September, even if I'm doing a bare bones budget. That's something that has to be paid for. Okay, and then Logan, who is my son, this month, I'm not giving him an allowance this month because we're doing the bare bones budget, but I have, they have a really good recycling. Okay, so sorry about that. I just got a phone call. I'm filming with my camera. I do the top-down filming with my camera on my cell phone, and my mom just called me. So what I was talking about was Logan's allowance. I'm not going to be able to give him allowance this month, but they, like I was saying with the recycling, they have, you get 10 cents per can here. And I have a whole, bunch of bags of recycling in the garage, and if he helps me take them back, then he gets all that money. So he can still has potential to earn money this month through that if he wants to do that. And last month he did. So he still has potential to get some money. Okay, that's it actually. Yeah, that's it for fixed expenses. So let's see all together how much that is. So it's $18.99. Okay, so moving down to variable expenses. Well, actually here. So $27.19 minus $18.99 will leave me with $820. So I'm going to move that down here to my variable expenses. So my variable expenses are food, drinks, miscellaneous, gas for my car, and entertainment. Okay, so for food, I'm still trying to do a reduced budget for food where we're just doing $100 a week. So that will be $400 this month. Drinks, we're doing $80 a month, so it comes to an average of $20 a week. Miscellaneous, this is for anything I need to get for anything actually, but I need to get that it's not a food item, it's not a drink item, so anything else like stuff from the pharmacy, health and beauty section, cleaning products, things like that. So that is a budget of $200 a month, so that's about $50 a week. Gas for the car is $50. That's my goal, is to only spend $50 on gas for my car this week. And entertainment, or this month. And entertainment, so I've reduced this budget, and I'm only including, it's not zero because I've already spent some money on entertainment. Now, if I hadn't spent money on entertainment this month because I'm doing a bare bones budget, it would be zero. So next month, if I have to do a bare bones budget again, which I think I will, even if I get a part-time job, I think I will because I don't think I'll get my first paycheck until mid-month or end of the month. So anyways, for this month, I'm going to put it at $90 because that's what I've already spent on entertainment this month. And we're going to go over exactly what I spent in just a minute here when we look at the monthly calendar. Okay, so let's see how much that is all together. That's $820. So it's my budget exactly, leaving me at zero. So it's a very tight budget. Well, I always try to do a zero budget. A zero budget means you have a place for your money. That can include savings and other things too. This one over here, this section's actually for your savings goals. I've used this for cash envelopes in the past when I have enough income where I can do some cash envelopes. I'm not currently there. I'm in a different season of my life at this moment, so I don't have money for cash envelopes. And luckily, I'm in a position where I don't have any debt. So that's a great position to be in because it felt like such a waste every month when I was putting money towards debt. So that's really nice. But yeah, so this is where we are ending. I'm losing my voice because I'm talking so much. Okay, let's move over to the monthly spread, and I'll show you exactly where I've spent my money for these first 2 weeks of August. Okay, so starting with bills, I did have a few bills that already came out. The first one was rent for $11.30, and that came out on the 1st. This is actually rent and internet. It's combined together. Then my State Farm came out on the 12th, and that was for $147. And Google Fi, which is my cell phone plan, that came out on the 13th, and that was $111. Okay, moving on to food. So I've already done 2 grocery trips this month. On the 4th, I did a trip at Walmart. $117 of that trip was for food. I also have some drinks and miscellaneous that we're going to do, but let's just do the food first and then we'll go back and do those. I also spent $61 on food on the 11th. Okay, moving on to drinks. On the 4th, I spent $19 on drinks. For us, that is pop, water, like a fizzy water, LaCroix, that's what Logan likes, and coffee creamer. That's what that is. I spent $33 on that on the 11th. Okay, I did not get any gas for my car over the last couple of weeks, so that's zero. There's nothing there. And then moving on to miscellaneous. So on the 4th, I spent $18 at Walmart on miscellaneous products. Okay, so this is really funny, you guys. On the 11th, I also spent $18. I got completely different products each week. I was looking back at my receipts and I thought it was so funny. Even though completely different products, the total both came to $18. I just find that kind of stuff funny. Okay, I did make a purchase at Hobby Lobby. I did this before I decided to do a bare bones budget, but I've currently restarted my hobby of sewing, and my next project, I'm going to be making a blouse. I'll be talking about that in my vlog this week, but I spent $27 on fabric and a couple other like little things I needed at Hobby Lobby. Okay, moving on to entertainment. Like I said, I have already spent money on entertainment this month, so let's talk about it. Logan and I we've restarted Fun Friday, so we try not to eat out all week, and then on Fridays we go out to eat. First, we spent $27 on eating out. On the 8th, we spent $18 on eating out. And on the 15th, we spent $25 on eating out. On the 15th, which was yesterday, we also went and rented a paddle boat, and we went to the Lake Hamlin, it's at the state park near us, and we paddle boated, and Logan had so much fun. He loved it so much, so that made me happy. So we did that yesterday. So that is it for entertainment this month. We are just going to have to entertain ourselves at home for the rest of the month, or take advantage of all the free things that we have available in town, because there are a lot of free things we can do here. Okay, let's go over to the worksheet and update the worksheet with all of these things that we've spent money on. Okay, so rent and internet came out. The budget was $11.30, and that's exactly how much I spent. Okay, guys, this is so funny. My mom just stopped by, and so she's so sweet. Did you know that the sugar-free pumpkin spice creamer is out already? I had no idea. So she just brought me some of that, and she also brought me some salad dressing she wanted me to try. So anywho, let's get back to this, okay? So we were talking about where I've actually spent my money so far this month. Let's see, we did rent and internet. What else was there? State Farm for $147, that was the budget. That's exactly how much I spent on it. And Google Fi $111. Okay. So that is it for fixed expenses. Double check. Yep. So let's move down here. So the way I do my variable expenses, because this doesn't all come out at one time, it comes out slowly over the month. This is where that weekly check-in page is so helpful for me. So we're gonna do a weekly check-in on that page, and then we'll do the actual amount here at the end of the month. So let's go to the weekly check-in page. Okay. So starting with food, my budget this month for food is $400. My budget for drinks is $80. My budget for miscellaneous, is it still $200? Did I keep it at $200? I think I did. Yes, I did. I'm thinking this is one of those areas I can reduce next month if I need to. Gas is at $50. And entertainment is at $90, for a total of $820. Okay, so let's start with food. So food is purple, and this first week I spent $117 on food. So 400 minus 117 is 283. Okay, for drinks, I only spent 19 that first week. So 80 minus 19 is that 61? Yes, that's 61. Okay, moving on to miscellaneous. Those are yellow. I have one here for 18, and that's it. So I spent $18 on miscellaneous. So 200 minus 18 is 182. Gas, I did not spend any money on gas this week, so I still have $50 in that budget category. Entertainment, my budget was $90. On the 1st, which was Friday, I spent $27, and then on the 8th, I spent $18. So $27 and $18 is $45. So I spent $45 that first week, leaving me with $45. So let's see how much I spent all together this week. I spent $117, $19, $18, and $45 for a total of $199. So $820 minus $199 is $621. Now this is where I like to check my math. If I did everything right, when I add these numbers together, they should equal $621. So that's $283, $61, $182, $50, and $45. $621. Perfect. Okay, so that's actually my starting point for the next week. So for food, I have a starting point of $283. For drinks, I'm starting at $61. Miscellaneous, I'm starting at $182. Gas, I'm starting at $50. And entertainment, I'm starting at $45. For a total of $621 to start with. I just want to quickly say, as far as my drinks go, even though, this is what, for me, one of the things that makes life nice is to have something nice to drink. It's definitely an area that we can cut out. We could always just cut it out and switch to water for a month or two. So it's definitely an area we could swap out next month if we need to, but I'd like to keep it at least for this month and see how we do. Okay, so for food, the second week we spent $61 on food. So $283 minus 61 is $222. Drinks, we spent a little bit more on drinks this week. So we had 61 in the budget. We spent 33. So 61 minus 33 is $28. Miscellaneous, we started with $182. We spent 18 at Walmart and 27 at Hobby Lobby. So 18 and 27 is $45. So we spent $45 on miscellaneous. So 182 minus 45 is 137. For gas, I did not get gas that week either, so I still have $50 in my gas budget. For entertainment, we had $45 left. I did spend $45. I spent $20 on the paddle boat and $25 on eating out for a total of $45, bringing this budget category down to $0. Because my plan, again, is to not use any more money on entertainment this month for the next couple weeks. Okay, so let's see how much I spent all together this week. I spent $61, $33, $45, and $45. So I spent $184. So $621 minus $184 is $437. Again, if I did everything right, when I add these numbers together, it should equal $437. So 222 plus 28 is 137 and 50, 437. Perfect. So that's how much I have to get us through the next, I accidentally wrote down 5 weeks, but we only have 4 weeks this month. So it's going to end here. We don't need to worry about this category down here. Okay, so I just need 2 more weeks of 437. I think it's totally doable, you guys. What do you think? I think it is. Okay, friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you'll come back tomorrow and join me for the vlog, the weekly vlog. And if not, if you're just here for budgeting, I'll see you next week when we do a budget check-in. Bye, everyone.